Hello students, welcome back into the another session of CS07 data structure concepts using programming in C. As all of you know that we are discussing about unit number 2, that is sorting and searching, where we have completed with the various topic like bubble sorting, insertion sorting. The third type of sorting now we are going to start, that is quick sort. This sorting technique is very important for examination point of view. The theory of quick sorting says that quick sorting is quick sorting technique is the fastest sorting algorithm in which large number of elements are divided into the sublist, and then by sorting the separate sublist and then merging the separate sorted list, the entire bigger numbers get sorted very fastly. That's why this is called as quick sort. Again I am repeating my words. Quick sort is the fastest sorting technique available into the data structure up till now. This particular sorting technique use such type of algorithm in which the numbers are divided into the subsets, then by sorting the separate subsets and merging all these sorted subsets, entire number of elements get sorted in very less time. That's why this is called as quick sort. Here the word is used called quick in terms of time complexity. That means it will take very less time to sort the number of elements which is stored inside the one-dimensional array. Now this was all about actually the theoretical concepts which is related with the quick sort, but actually it used the technique called divide and conquer for sorting the numbers. So it is very necessary for all of us to know about this particular technique, that what does it means divide and conquer. So divide and conquer is a one type of technique in which first the entire list of unsorted number are stored inside the one dimensional array. Then by deciding the pivot element, that is the central value, one new word is introduced over here, pivot element. We will discuss about this pivot element in more detail into the algorithm. But what does a pivot element means? Pivot element is actually the element or a number which is in between the central part of the entire list. Say for example, suppose we have inserted a numbers like this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. As you know that the counting is 6, that means total number of elements in this one dimensional array is 6. Divide it with 2, that means divide in an equal part. Let me give the address over here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So whenever we divides this 6 elements by 2, will get the position number called 3. So whatever the number is stored on this position is considered to be the pivot element. So this 9 is considered to be the pivot element. So that means before this 9, the list is called as left hand side list, and after this 9 is called as right hand side list. So on left hand side there are 3 numbers called 5, 0 and 6, and on right hand side 2 numbers are there called 8 and 1, and 9 is called as pivot element. So this technique is called as divide and conquer technique. Now let's see the algorithm of quicksort. Algorithm of quicksort is like this. As you can see onto the screen, it contains various steps. The step number 1 is the initialization of local variables. So in quicksort, two local variable must be declared, that is low, that is the lowest value, and high is the highest value of entire list. Say for example, suppose I have entered the number like this 590341. In this list, highest value is 9 and the lowest value is 0. So this low will be 0 and this high will be 9. It considers this lowest and highest value as a first element and the last element. If we shorts this particular number, then output would be like this: 0, 1, 3, then 4, 5 and 9. So this 9 becomes last and this 0 becomes first. So same thing I have mentioned over here. First is low and last is high. Now it's time to find out the middle value of unshorted number. Just remove this shorted value. Right now we have unshorted value and we have to find out the pivot element. So for that, one equation will work, that is pivot is equals to array into the bracket low plus high divided by 2. Whatever the value of low and whatever the value of high is added together and it will be divided by 2, and the number you will get is considered as a pivot element, or you can say the central element. Now step number 2 is what? Once the pivot element is founded, repeat step number 7 while low is less than equals to high. That means step number 2 will check the lowest value from the entire list and it compares all the value with other element of the array and checks whether that element is high or not. If it is less than the next element, loop repeats till the last value, otherwise the loop gets terminated. During that, step number 3 works like this. Step number 3 is repeat step number 4 while array of low is less than pivot element. That means if the low is less than equals to high, then the lowest value checks whether it is less than pivot element or not, because if we found this 0 as a pivot element, then all the values on right hand side should be sorted together and all the value on left hand side, even it should be sorted internally. So for that, step number 3 will work. Every time we have to change the value of lowest and highest. So for that, step number 4 will work, that is low equals to low plus 1, and step number 6 is high is equals to high minus 1. Now try to focus over here. Why I have written low is equals to low plus 1 and high is equals to high minus 1, as I have not already discussed about step number 5. As I have indicated, once the pivot element is founded, the list gets separated into the two parts. right hand side and left hand side. So over the left hand side, the list is considered as a low list, and the list on right hand side is considered as a high list. So every time high starts with the last value, and every time low starts with the first value. So for that, here I have written low is equals to low plus 1 and high is equals to high minus 1, and during this the step number 5 will work, which is actually the repetition of step number 6, where it checks every value on right hand side should be greater than the pivot element. So as you can see that 0 is the pivot element, 3, 4 and 1 is the highest value. Now once all this thing is done, it internally sorts every number. That means this 5 and 9 gets internally sorted, as it is already sorted. 5 is lowest and 9 is highest on right hand side, on left hand side, and on right hand side 3 is compared with 4. In comparison of 3 and 4 is 3 is lowest and 4 is highest. Then again it compares with 1. At that particular time 3 is replaced with 1 and 1 is replaced with 3. Then 4 and 3 is compared. At that particular comparison 4 is replaced with 3 and 3 is replaced with 4. Ultimately, this decision making statement look after the pivot element right hand side and left hand side. All the lists should be sorted. Once it is done, it shifts the left hand side value over the right hand side value, and ultimately whenever we are merging the pivot element, that means we are setting the pivot element as a first element, the entire list gets sorted, that is 0, 1, 3, 4, 5 and 9. So for that step number 8 and 9 works, and step number 10 shows that entire list of element get sorted. No doubt this particular algorithm is little bit difficult to digest, but we will make it simple into the program execution. So let's see the code for the same. This was the program. Write down the definition. Write a program to sort the number using quick sort. Let's see the output of this particular program first, and then we will discuss the each and every logical line in detail. Program ask the user to enter the total number of elements into the list. Say for example I am giving 5, so 5 different unsorted number is going to be stored inside the one dimensional array. Say for example I am storing 9, 5, 1, 0 and last one is 2. 9, 5, 1, 0, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers are there. Press enter. Stepwise it shows the sorted value. First it finds out the low, then by comparing all the highest value it sorts 0, 1, 2, then it gives 0, 1, 2, 5, 9, and lastly it gives 0, 1, 2, 5, 9, which is ultimately the sorted list of 9, 5, 1, 0, 2 unsorted numbers. So let's see how it works. Let me debug the code, but before that just have a look over here. This line of code is known as function prototype. In function prototype, total I have passed 4 parametric values, where first parametric value is integer array and rest 3 are integer. Name of my UDF is quick underscore short. To easily rectify that, I am using quick shorting. And the function is function with argument without return value. So I have declared void as UDF is without a return value. Then into the main statement, that means into the void main statement. 3 local variables I have declared. First one is array of size 9. That means maximum this program will sort 9 unsorted values. Then I and number, I will let you know what will be the purpose of these two I and number variable. First, one message came onto the screen, enter the total number of element for a list. That means, say for example, suppose over here I have entered 5, then this 5 is going to be stored in this local variable called number. So number is utilized over here. This for loop starts with 0 and repeats less than 5 times. That means this for loop will store any 5 unsorted value in one dimensional array using this scanf statement, that is scanf %d array of I. This is the first repetition. Say for example I have entered 9. So 9 is stored over the location called a of 0. Then 3 is stored on a of 1. 5 is on a of 2. 4 a of 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then the next one is say for example 0 is on last location, that is called as a of 5. So this 9, 3, 5, 4, 0, all these unsorted lists are stored in one dimensional array. Then it passes all this argument into the quick underscore short UDF. The arguments are array means all these unsorted lists, NO means 5 total numbers, 0 means the first position and that means the low, and number is high, that is the last position. So over here various parametric value pass, which is actually called as dummy arguments, like array, or you can say elements in array. This is my first parametric value, this ARR, NO total number, then low, then high. So all these values are passed as a dummy argument in quick underscore short. Once this function call has been done, all these values are stored in separate actual arguments, like array of array, size, first and last. So what will be the value? In this array it stores unsorted value like 9, 3, 5, 4 and 0. Size becomes 5, first becomes 0 and last becomes 5. So actual implementation of algorithm starts from this line. Few local variables I have declared like temp, high, low, pivot, I, number equals to last. This is my step number 1 as per the algorithm. Low is equals to first, so low becomes 0 and high becomes last, that means high becomes 5. Now this is step number 1, part number 2, that is pivot is equals to array first plus last divided by 2, it finds out the pivot element. Once the pivot element is founded, the list checks for right hand side as well as left hand side. That means this is step number 3 and 4. Every time the value of right hand side every time value of right hand side increments by 1, and every time value of left hand side decrease by 1. That is, low is equals to low plus 1 and high is equals to high minus 1. For this, a while loop checks for the condition whenever the low value get increments if it is less than the pivot element. Whatever the value is less than the pivot element should be on one side of array, and whatever the value is higher than the pivot element should be on another side of the array. So it rearranges the number on right side, even on left side. Once this arrangement is completed, it internally sorts all the number. One by one it takes all the number and sorts internally. Once entire sorting is completed, it stores inside the one dimensional array, and after the message that your sorted list is, it prints every sorted value onto the screen. Let me show you the sorted value onto the screen. That is 0, 3, 4, 5 and 9. That is from lowest to highest. Lowest is 0 and highest is 9, and intermediate are 3, 4 and 5, which is highest than 0 and lowest than 9. Lowest than 9. Let's see this particular program in Notepad for better visibility. This was the code. First, there is a declaration of two necessary library functions, that is standard input output.h and console input output.h. Then there is a function prototype, as my function is function with argument without return value. So here I have written void. The name of function is quick underscore short, and 4 parametric values I am passing, where first is array, then size, then low and then high, and the type is common integer. Then into the void main statement, there is an opening bracket. Maximum number of element which I can sort through this particular program is 9. So the limitation of array is 9. Two more local variable is I and number, where number accepts the final figure of elements which user wants to store in one dimensional array. So the message is enter the number of element for list scanf %d and person number. Say for example, over here user has entered 5. So this for loop repeats 5 times, starting with 0 to 4, total 5 times. It stores all the values on a desired location. Say for example, over here user has entered unsorted values like this: 94013. How many values are there? 5. Fine. So the location of 9 is array of 0. Location of 4 is array of 1. 0 is stored on array of 2. On array of 3 it stores 1, and on array of 4 it stores 3. All these are unsorted values. Then there is a function call. This function call is actually the initialization of sorting the numbers. So into the function call, name of the function is same as I have written into the function prototype. Then this unsorted list is passed in this array. The number is the size. This 0 is the first lowest value, and number is the total, the highest value. As once the function call is done, all this dummy argument is going to be stored in these actual arguments. So this 9, 4, 0, 1 and 3 stores in this array. Size becomes 5, first becomes 0, and last becomes 5. So this was the initialization of all these local variables. Then in this bracket, few more local variables are there. That is temp for exchanging the values. High shows the highest value of the entire list. Low displays the lowest value of entire list. Pivot is the central element. I for the repetitions, and number is actually the last value. Actual algorithm implementation step number starts over here, where low is equals to first, that means low is equals to 0. High is equals to last, that means high is equals to 5. Pivot is founded through this particular equation called array into the bracket first plus last divided by 2. Then into the repetition, that means over here I have used while loop. For every low value which is less than equals to high, it repeats this do statement. During this do statement, it transfers all the values on right hand side which is lowest than the pivot, and it transfer all the value on right hand side which is highest than the pivot element. Once this transfer is done, it internally sorts all the elements using a simple swapping logic, and then it stores all that sorted values in one dimensional array and print the message, your sorted list is as follows. Loop again repeats from 0 to 5 times, and it prints all sorted values onto the screen. Once all the values is printed onto the screen which is sorted, it returns into the void main statement. There is a get ch, so the sorted value will be displayed onto the screen without pressing Alt F5. So in this way, quick sorting works. I am just giving you the 2 minutes. Note down this particular program for by pausing the video. First write down this selected line of code. That means just pause your video and write down this selected line of selected line of programs. Then again pause the video and write down this selected line of program. Again pause the video and write down the remaining lines. Please write down every logical lines correctly, otherwise this program goes into the infinite loop. I have demonstrated the concept in three different ways in my online lectures. I have discussed this concept theoretically, then I have discussed this particular concept in algorithm, then I have discussed this particular concept by debugging the code, then I have discussed this particular concept over the notepad. Please don't make any mistakes. Write down the correct program and then test at your home. So thank you very much students for listening me. Today we have completed with new shorting technique that is called as quick short. In our next lecture we will go for bucket short. So thank you very much for listening me and have a nice day.